Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and this video serves as an update to my best fully upgraded cars series where I take all vehicles in GTA 5 around a circuit to find the best to use for racing. It's finally here, we're finally going to be testing the special vehicles from the Import Export DLC going up as a special Christmas Day video. So I hope you guys enjoy. To get these and test them, I modded them into single player and took them around my testing track that way. And the first three vehicles that we see in this list cannot be upgraded in Los Santos Customs. You can buy them obviously and you can store them, but you can't take them to Los Santos Customs and upgrade them, so just keep that in mind. So in 9th place we have the Armoured Boxville with a 121.5. 5th place in Vans for the Armoured Boxville there in terms of lap time. That's actually not too bad, especially considering that you can't upgrade it. That is a very good lap time for something that doesn't have all of the extra stuff like the engine, the transmission, the turbo, things like that. So pretty impressive lap time there from the Armoured Boxville, 9th place in this video. Just ahead of it in 8th place we have the new quickest commercial vehicle in the game with the Phantom Wedge. A 120.2 is 15 seconds per lap quicker than the previous best vehicle in the commercials class, which was the Benson. So it's much quicker. Again, can't be upgraded, so that's pretty decent lap time for that. And yeah, for such a huge vehicle, it does have a decent amount of speed. Now just ahead of the Phantom Wedge in 7th place we have the Wastelander. This also becomes the new best in its class, this time in the service class, beating out the Dune by a few tenths of a second. We saw that when the Dune was released with the Cunning Stunts update, that got a 116 as well. That became the new quickest service vehicle in the game. The Wastelander has beaten that, obviously again can't be upgraded, just like the Dune and most vehicles in the service class anyway. But yeah, it is the new quickest, and again for such a big vehicle, these vehicles that we've had from this update are pretty quick. Now in 6th place we've got the first vehicle that can be upgraded in Los Santos Customs, and that is the Technical Aqua. Basically this is a standard technical with all the extra features. I can't test the Aqua vehicles on water. It's not something I can do because I can't get them into the race that I use to test that. So sorry about that, I'm not going to be able to do it just yet. But the lap time that the Technical Aqua gets is basically the lap time that a regular technical would get if it was possible to upgrade it. Obviously the regular technical is just a Pegasus vehicle and can't be upgraded. The Technical Aqua is much quicker in that respect. Not too bad of a lap time there. Now in 5th place, right in the middle, we've got another vehicle that can't be upgraded in Los Santos Customs and actually can't be owned either. You can only drive this vehicle in the Ramp Buggy mission. It's a special spoiler version of the Ramp Buggy. I'm not sure why they created two versions, but obviously because you can't upgrade it and the only way you can access it is in that mission, the only way to drive it is in its stock form without all the upgrades, and that's why it gets the lap time that it does here, a 111.8. Still pretty respectable for a vehicle that isn't upgraded. Now in 4th place, we're getting to the sort of the decent ones now, the quick lap times. We've got the Ruiner 2000 that just misses out on the top 3. This is actually a really good muscle car lap time. A 5th place in muscle, considering it doesn't even have a spoiler upgrade to increase its traction. A 1 minute 10.0 is actually a very good lap time, and the Ruiner 2000 is very quick. Just ahead of it though, in 3rd place, just getting onto the podium, is the Blazer Aqua. The Blazer Aqua gets into 3rd place in the off-roads class as well, so again a good showing. Blazers are generally quite quick. A 107.0 for the Blazer Aqua is a very good lap time. You know, that's a mid-tier sports car level of lap time, like, you know, a Coquette, a Carbonizer, a Comet, things like that. So it's a pretty decent lap time. It's less than a second behind the top off-road vehicle in the game, which is actually the Street Blazer. So yeah, it's very quick on land, and it can also go on sea as well. So you can't really, and it's got machine guns. So it is a very good vehicle overall. Now in 2nd place, we've got what you probably might expect at this point, the Ramp Buggy. Now obviously this is where the Ramp Buggy with the spoiler would be if you could upgrade that, because both Ramp Buggies are pretty much exactly the same in terms of their performance, but this Ramp Buggy is a lot quicker because you can take it to Los Santos Customs, add all the upgrades onto it. And both Ramp Buggies actually do have a bit of downforce on them as well, and it's actually more downforce than you get with the Italy GTB or the Spectre, so that's something interesting there. But the regular Ramp Buggy that you can own and upgrade gets a 1 minute 6.7, which puts it into 2nd place in the off-road class. It's only about 3/10 of a second behind the Street Blazer. It's a very quick vehicle, and like I said, that's a mid-tier sports car lap time. But obviously in first place it was only ever going to be one vehicle. Of course it's the Rocket Voltic, and this becomes the new fastest car in the entire game, breaking that 1 minute barrier with a 59.019 second lap time. This vehicle is absolutely ridiculous. Now, it does suffer from being a Voltic. You know, it is still a Voltic, so it doesn't have very good traction or cornering speed, and it has absolutely woeful top speed, with the worst in the Supers class by a mile, and it reverts back to that really slow top speed as soon as the boost is disengaged. So, you know, it is still underlying a pretty poor vehicle, but the Voltic strength, the regular Voltic strength, has always been its acceleration. Despite the fact that it doesn't get turbo and transmission upgrades, it is an electric vehicle and it has very good acceleration. And it has to be remembered that the Rocket Voltic has a huge rocket on the back of it, so acceleration is something that is very much not lacking, and because of that the rocket doesn't give it all that much when you're already going at speed, but the acceleration that it gives you out of slow speed corners is astonishing, and that's why it's able to beat the magical minute barrier, be the only car in the game that has beaten 1 minute around this track. It doesn't quite reach the 57 seconds lap time that the RE7B managed to achieve before it was patched, or the Shitaro or the Hakuchu Drag are able to do, but in terms of what is available now, the Rocket Voltic around this track is the quickest car in the entire game. Not quite as quick as the bikes, and like I said, not as quick as the RE7B before it was patched, but right now it's the only car that can get under that magical minute around this track. Absolutely crazy vehicle. Shame you can't use it in a race. It would be quite interesting to see how that works, but it was quite interesting to test it as well, you know, trying to figure out where to use the boost for the most effective lap time, and it was quite difficult to control it in some of the slow speed corners as well, so really interesting to go and test all these vehicles, and something brand new to the game that's so different and really interesting. I'm still not sure why they made two versions of the ramp buggy. That's the only thing that confuses me a little bit, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I really do. I hope it's been a nice special Christmas Day present for you guys, and thank you so much for all the support. I really do appreciate it. As always, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.